Everything in life is hard. Everything that you want is on the other side of your window of tolerance when it comes to your discomfort. If everything was easy and everything was given to you, everyone would have what you wanted. Everyone would have their dreams and their goals and their desires fulfilled. Everything would be fine. Everything would be almost like a utopia, but it isn't. Why? Because you always are tempted with avoidance or facing the reality of the discomfort. If you want a hot ass body with beautiful abs, juicy ass, sexy curves, you're not gonna get that by manifesting it and sitting on your ass at home in bed crying about how you're not having a fit body. People who have successfully gotten a fit body, what have they done? They've gone to the gym, or they started running, or they've done something to put discomfort in their life. Running is uncomfortable. Going to the gym is uncomfortable. The fact that you have to carve out your day to go to the gym or to go running, you gotta wake up a bit earlier or fit it in before dinner, whatever it is, it takes sacrifice and it takes discomfort. If you want what you want in life, you have to understand that every choice that you make is going to be hard, and you either pay for the consequences now and the discomfort, temporary discomfort, or you pay for it later with the life that you end up living, which is a testimonial to the choices that you're making right now. So for the last few years, I've been procrastinating a lot on going to the gym and starting running. I would tell myself, you know what, I'll start next week. Oh, I just got a new tattoo, it needs to heal, I can't go work out yet. Or oh, it's winter, it's too cold, I'll start a few months before summer. Like, I had so many excuses as to why I did not want to do the hard thing now. And you know what happened? It felt good to avoid. It felt good to put it to tomorrow or put it to the next week and to think about it later. My life was very uncomfortable. So the repeated decisions I make to push it off. I ate like shit. I slept like shit. My mood was fucked. My body didn't look good. I looked so unhealthy. I had cellulite all over my body. It looked like I did not respect myself. And I can say this because it is my lived experience. I could see it that I did not respect myself. I was growing a big ass beer belly. I don't even like beer, but I was getting a beer belly and I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. And I was whinging and complaining to everyone about how, I don't know why this is happening to me. Of course I know why it's happening to me. I'm not looking after myself. My diet is shit. I'm not exercising and I'm complaining. Therefore, I'm putting out negative energy in this world. And I had to sit with myself. I think it was like maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm choosing the easy thing now, but I'm living a very hard life. Like, everything is very uncomfortable. I don't feel good. And you know what? When you don't feel good, you don't want to do anything. When you're unfit, when you're unhealthy, when you're in a sluggish mood, you don't want to do anything. So your avoidance to feeling the discomfort now is also affecting other areas of my life. So I started slacking off in my business. I started slacking off in my friendships. I started slacking off in my relationship with my partner. I started slacking off everywhere. I slacked the fuck off. And that's not what I want. And that's not what I want for you guys. So in this video, I really want to press it into you and just say that, like, you always have a choice. Every single day you are a new person. Every single hour you're being rebirthed again and again and again. You are only one insight, one thought from becoming another person, another you, a better version of you, a more aware version of you. And so in this video, I hope that this gives you that inspiration, gives you that breakthrough. If you're someone that you avoid doing the hard things now, you will realize that you will live a very, very, very uncomfortable life. Let's say you feel like it's, you know, it's easier to stay in your 9-to-5 job. By the way, having a 9-to-5 job is not a bad thing. I'm not bashing on 9-to-5 jobs. What I'm saying is that, let's say you have a desire to be an entrepreneur, a business owner. You're taking the easy route right now and procrastinating on that business idea, and instead you're staying at your 9-to-5 job. And I'll share with you a personal story. I had the idea to do protein chips or protein infused food about, like, when I was 18, 19, so about 8, 9 years ago. And this is before, like, protein infused stuff went off. And in my body, I really want to do it, but I'll do it later. I'll do it later when I have the time. A year later, someone else birthed that idea and now they're like a multi-millionaire. That was my first instance of when I avoid doing the hard thing now, God, the universe, whoever, especially if you have an idea that's supposed to be birthed through to you, that idea will bounce to someone else. I truly believe that if you do not act on the things that come through your mind, because the thing is that everyone has different inspiration, everyone has different ideas that come through their mind. If you don't act on that inspiration, it goes to someone else. And to have it manifested in someone else's life and to see it bloom and be successful, that's when I was like, holy shit, like, I need to take control of what I can do and do the hard things now and not procrastinate. And that's how that was my first instance of killing the procrastinator in me. Understanding that the more that I avoid myself, avoid the ideas, avoid taking aligned action, and avoid doing the hard, uncomfortable things now, the more uncomfortable my life will be in the long term. I might not feel it now, but I'll feel it definitely in a few years' time. And so if this is you, like, please understand that every choice that you make is going to cause you discomfort. But if it's aligned to you, then you'll look forward to the discomfort because you know that there is rewards after the discomfort. Starting my business, right? Starting my coaching business, getting rejected 27 times, creating free content again and again and again for months on end with no pay. That is uncomfortable, especially for someone who I really care about my finances and I care about my financial health. And so to abandon my job and to go straight into business without a backup plan was very scary for me. It was very uncomfortable, but it's made me the entrepreneur that I am today. I had to go through that discomfort. I had to choose to do the hard thing now of like leaving my safe job, moving to a different city and chasing my dreams in order to have the life that I have now that's very comfortable. But to have a comfortable life, you have to make hard decisions that are very uncomfortable and very triggering. Like, I feel like I live a very comfortable life internally where I'm filled with peace and fulfillment and consistency and discipline, but that hasn't come out of nowhere. I haven't manifested it, I haven't scripted it or visualized it. It came from me running towards things that scare me. It took me going through the discomfort, fighting myself and telling myself, even though it's painful, even though I don't want to do it, even though I'm scared, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. I don't give a shit. Even if I make a mistake, I don't care. I'm still going to do it. The more that you allow discomfort to come into your life and the more that you embrace it, the more that you stretch your bandwidth. Have you realized that the more that you avoid things, the smaller your bandwidth is to tolerate change, to tolerate your triggers, to tolerate your emotions, to tolerate any shifts in your life? You find that it's much harder because life is chaos. Life is, if you actually look at life and the world and how shit works, you cannot control anything. You cannot control anything, and most things in life that are worth doing are going to be uncomfortable. That is the reality, and it's such an empowering reality because you don't know this yet. If you're someone where you're avoiding discomfort but you're living a very uncomfortable life, you're living your life as someone who hasn't come out the other side of beating and conquering discomfort and actually stretching out the bandwidth of your discomfort levels. Once you run towards discomfort and you actually do the hard thing that you want to do right now, you realize that you build that self-trust, you build that self-confidence, and you build that self-respect to be like, wow, like I can do hard shit. What other hard shit can I do? And that's how you start to build up and like maximize your potential. If you keep avoiding and saying, no, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, I'll do it later, I'm scared, how are you going to have the confidence to do the hard things that you have to do in order to reach your goals? Right? Being in business is vicious. It's feisty. Being an entrepreneur is feisty, right? It's not for the weak. You have to be strategic. You have to be consistent. You've got to be disciplined. You have to be okay with being judged and criticized, especially because I'm in the public eye. Like, I create content online. So you have to be okay with feeling discomfort. That is your entry ticket. That's like literally the foundation of wanting to maximize your potential. If you want to live your best life, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you can't do that without growing pains. Have you realized that when you go to the gym, it fucking hurts? You hate it. Like when I started running, I hated running. I felt so unfit. But now when I run, I've got a smile on my face and I get the runner's high. Why? Because I went through the discomfort and now I'm reaping the awards. You might be procrastinating planting the seeds in your garden, right? It takes a lot of work to garden, to plant the seeds and to water it every single day. But in a few years' time, you're going to be walking around a beautiful garden full of flowers and leaves and trees. If you procrastinate on planting the seeds today, you don't water it and you avoid it later, you push it off, in a few years' time, you're still left with the soil. There's no garden, there's no trees, there's no flowers. So that's the best analogy. Like, I work really well with visual analogy. So this is you. Understand that, like, you're planting the seeds now, and planting the seeds and doing the gardening and tending of your life and sitting in the discomfort and sitting in the having to experience delayed gratification and patience with yourself. That is discomfort. And if you can ride through that discomfort, you can ride through anything in life. I want you to understand that it's hard either way. If you live in a dirty room, your room's a mess, your house is a mess, that's also uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as constantly keeping your room clean, making sure everything's neat and there's no dust and it's a great place for your productivity, right? That's also uncomfortable because you have to maintain it every single day. You have to choose your heart. Do you want the heart of living in a dirty place where everything's so overwhelming that it doesn't even inspire you to be productive? Or do you want to take responsibility to keep your room clean, your office space clean, so then because you know that it will increase your productivity? Both of these things are hard. You just have to choose what kind of hard you want to handle. And the thing is that all I know from my experience, from my own lived experience, is that when you choose to do the hard thing now, you choose to endure the discomfort now, you will live a very comfortable life. Everything will pay off. It will pay dividends. Doing the hard thing now will pay off dividends more than you'll ever realize. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment as to how you found this video, what was your favorite insight from me, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Bye guys.